You have one final surprise for you. And at this time, I would like to ask Julie Ferring to come up to the stage, and Jessica. Where's Jessica? Welcome. Thank you. I am so proud of this young lady standing next to me. She's amazing. And I am so proud to share tonight with you that she is the first baby that we were blessed to save through the abortion pill reversal procedure. Woo! So she's patient number one with a precious baby inside. So we're just going to take a couple of minutes and hear her story. Wearing high heels, you know. Okay, so Jessica, I want you to tell us, bring us back to when you found out you were pregnant.
So when I found out that I was pregnant, there was a lot of emotions that I feel like I was unable to process fully. It felt like a shock mostly because it wasn't planned and I was unsure of what my life was going to look like moving forward. So I was very scared and just questioning a lot about what I could do.
And so you found out you were in a panic, it was crisis, and you told me that you were feeling numb, and your boyfriend got really emotional, crying. And tell us, you went to Planned Parenthood?
Yes, I went to Planned Parenthood because I felt like I needed to act fast. There was a lot of rush on what my options would be if I didn't make the right choice, and I was really afraid, so I leaned towards what I thought of as a way out. And I went to Planned Parenthood, and just that's when the numb feeling really came over me, and I just felt like I had to block out a lot of the opposite end of that spectrum of feelings.
And so what was the option that you chose when you went there? How did you kind of narrow it down?
Well, I rushed over there knowing that if I didn't make the choice that I thought was right for me at the time quickly enough, then I would regret it, because I knew that it was something that I never saw myself doing, but I thought at the time that it would be right for me to end the pregnancy.
So you chose the abortion pill.
Yes, I was around 7 or 8 weeks pregnant, so that was what put a lot of the rush in my mind, was that I needed to act fast because I knew I couldn't go through a surgical procedure, and that would be very traumatic for me. So I went with the pill option.
Okay, so take us to the next part. So you took the pill. Did you immediately have second regrets? Tell us how your boyfriend was feeling.
So I went in alone because it was still protocol for you to not really have anyone with you because of COVID, I guess. And it was not really, there was no counseling for me. I don't remember ever filling out a questionnaire. It was just very basic, as if it was a normal procedure, like getting a checkout at the doctor. And I went in and she did an ultrasound, the nurse, and she handed me a pill to take right then and there. And as soon as I walked out, I felt so horrible. I was rushing out of there, and I just didn't even know how to process what I had just done, and it was a lot for me.
And so when you met up with your boyfriend, how did he feel? And then what did you two do together? What did he think?
So we went out to dinner just to have a moment to speak to one another. At the time, I was living with a roommate, so we kind of just wanted a moment together, and we both felt really horrible. We both really couldn't even find the words to speak to one another, but there was just a lot of tears and a lot of emotion of regret and despair.
So what did your boyfriend decide to do? What happened? Tell us.
So we just kind of went through the night trying to process and cope, and the next day we were speaking, and out of nowhere he says to me, "Isn't there a way for us to undo this?" And he really honestly didn't even know what that meant, but I just, as soon as he said the statement, felt like there was some hope for me to go towards and for me to pursue that and see what I could do. So I went on Google, and he was outside working on his car, and I saw the hotline, and from there it was like a spark of faith was within me, and I could just breathe again for a moment. And it was now not a rush to end things, but a rush for me to do what I could to save my baby. So.
Wow, so that was the national hotline that you found on Google. So that's the power of digital marketing. So once you found on Google and you saw this was real, you called up. Tell us how you got connected to Soundview.
So immediately after I got off the phone, well, when I did get on the phone, there was a woman that spoke to me and explained to me that they were in a network of clinics that gave the opportunity for you to go back on your decision and possibly save your baby. So she took my number down. She said she was going to search for a nurse. And from there, somebody talked to me. They were an advocate, and they were just reassuring me that they were praying for me and that they were trying to reach the nearest clinic and find a nurse who could help me. And eventually I got connected with a nurse named Heather, and she told me about Soundview. But by that time, I was so excited, and when I told my boyfriend that there was a way to fix this, he was like, "Let's go to the hospital now." So we went straight to the hospital. We went to Stony Brook, and they looked at us like we had three heads. When I told them that I wanted to go back and reverse what I had done and save my baby, they were like, "Okay." They set me up to an IV and probably went to go get a psychiatrist to talk to me. And we were just waiting there while I was texting Heather, and she said, "Just come here, just come here." So we literally left right then and there from Stony Brook with the IV in my arm. And we met up with Heather, and she did the sonogram, and the baby was still alive, thank God. And she explained to me the process for the abortion pill reversal, and she also made me aware that it wasn't a guarantee that we were going to save this baby, but just the hope from seeing the sonogram and knowing that there was a chance, that was enough for me to feel like I want to do this.
Now, I believe we have 72 hours after a woman takes the pill to be able to try and save that baby. So the clock is ticking. And I think you told me you were at 25 hours?
Yes.
So she was at 25 hours after she took the pill, so the clock is literally ticking. It's like a movie thriller. You know, it's to save a life. It really is, time is of the essence. So that's great that you got there to us in time. And you also told me that you're a high-risk pregnancy until your 15th week. But now, praise the Lord, she's in week 29.
So I'm due January 6th. We have 11 weeks to go. And I'm definitely ready to see this baby. I know that he has a huge purpose in this life. I just have a huge feeling for that. And since then, I've connected with him so much, even just him being in the womb. So I'm so excited for him to be here, and I really appreciate everybody that's helped me from Soundview.
Can we give her a hand? A life saved. What a victory. Thank you so much. So my prayer for all of you tonight is that you would leave here a little bit more informed of what is going on in the pro-life movement, and in particular with Soundview. Soundview is one of 9% of centers across the nation who are offering the abortion pill reversal. I'm sure that that number will change as this becomes more and more prevalent, but I just want you to know that Soundview is here, and we have a very big God, and we have a big vision.